Hey everyone, it's Norm from Tested here at San Diego Comic-Con 2024. And here with Steve Wang. Steve,
hello.
Great to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you too, Norm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I couldn't make it to Monster Palooza this year. I'm sure you had
yeah.
some wonderful stuff, but it turns out Comic-Con was the right place to find you because you guys have this incredible T-Rex head.
Thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of this piece.
So this isn't just any T-Rex, it's T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
Yes, it's the original, the female T-Rex, yes.
The villain of the first movie coming back for the sequels, of course. It's got to be a recreation like of that sculpt, right? Like tell me about they built that head.
Yeah.
For Sam Winston built an animatronic head for the making of it. Yeah. How does this relate to that one?
So this is a scan off of a casting of the original Sam Winston T-Rex. And we were actually kind enough, Greg Nicotero was actually kind enough to let us scan a copy that he had. So based on that scan, we then took it into digital. And our artist, B-Tan, went in there and he meticulously duplicated and corrected everything, every distortion he could find. Even though the actual release version of this is actually even more correct. Like we lengthened the teeth and gums and straightened the jaw and did a few more little tweaks on this. So it can be as accurate to the original Jurassic Park T-Rex head as possible.
And that's a lot of credit to your team of artists because as much as you can get the dimensions and like where the pebbling and the pores are, you just have to pose it, right?
Yeah.
You have to have your ideal version of it in action, which is not necessarily what that casting would have been.
Yeah, there's a lot of work was put into it. I mean, even to the paint job. My studio painters, Miranda Jory and Mio Nakamura, my wife, we spent about 3.5 weeks painting this, and they was meticulously measuring every scale. Like, okay, this scale is that color, that scale is that color, and just all the tones and everything, just to try to match it as close to the original references that we got.
It's one of those, we visited, like for example, Weta Workshop, and they have those giant heads.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you, as an artist or a team of artists, one, have cohesion with your styles across a big piece, but also be able to step back? Because when you're working on something so small, that's not how it would necessarily be looked at or appreciated.
Yeah, well, that's the key. The key is to stand back. So, usually either I paint or I have artists, my team of artists will paint, and I'll direct. So I'll step back, I'll look at it, and I'll come back and go, you know what? I think this tone's a little off. Make it a little bit more burnt umbery. Here, make sure it's more of a raw umber. Like I'll make sure all the little tones, everything. So I keep an eye on kind of the process, make sure that everybody's guided in the right direction as we get there. Yeah.
And is this done in a material that allows you to have that kind of layering? Like it's not obviously, human skin, there's no translucency necessarily.
Yeah. Well, the original was actually made of foam rubber, so which is a very opaque material. So I think that's why this matches it well, because this is fiberglass. And fiberglass can be very translucent, but also if you tint it, you can make it very opaque. So we're kind of in that mid-range of kind of opaque, translucent. But a lot of the translucency comes from the paint job itself, because we do a lot of the layering of colors and stuff, and that creates a lot of depth in the color.
Can you give a sense of just how many different shades of brown and earth tones are on this thing?
Well, we don't use that many different shades. Like, there's the burnt umbers, the raw umbers, the burnt siennas, all these. And then what makes it look like there's a lot of different tones is how much of the color we apply and how much they overlap each other. So then every time you overlap, now you have various shades of the same colors. So then they become another color. So that's kind of the art of painting for us, was that it's the layering and knowing where to layer.
And then what's drawing my eye is the eye. And even right here, like the concentration of the pink right there. Tell me about this eye. You guys are no strangers to dino eyes. Yeah,
well, these eyes are actually, the original eyes were made by an artist named Rob Henderstein. And so we took his original eye and we scanned the sculpture that he did. And also he had done a paint job of the original eye. Then from there, we separated all the layers and went into digital and replicated his paint job in layers. So the eyes you're seeing here is actually completely 3D printed replica of the eye that he made.
Are you talking about like hemisphere layers?
Yeah, like printed.
Oh, okay, like that.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's printed and all the clear is printed. So it comes out as one piece. And if you get really close, you can see actually all the fibers are actually dimensional and they sit on top of each other. So it's a really cool process. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And then a ton of polishing.
Yeah. Once you polish it, glass clear, it looks amazing.
Yeah. How is something like this, even before you get to the paint, how is it manufactured?
Well, what we do is like once the sculpture is finished in digital world, we'll print it in multiple pieces. and we'll assemble it all, make sure it's like nice and everything's fixed up perfectly, and then we'll take giant molds off of these. And then from the giant molds, then we'll run the fiberglass. There's actually a metal structure on the inside that supports it.
Oh wow!
So the structure is actually glassed right in. So when you take it out of the mold, everything it doesn't distort. So then once that's done and all the supports are put in, so that because this thing comes with a base, and so it sits on a supported base. Once that's all done, then we go into painting it, and then that painting process is quite a process. It took our original artist about 3.5 weeks just to paint this. And it'll take the factory just as long to paint each one. Yeah.
And is it all painted when they do it? Will that be as one piece as well? I mean, teeth maybe come out, but everything will be...
Well, we're trying to tell them to make them separately and paint them separately, then drop them in, because when we first got the paint master, the raw casting, everything is all together one piece. And the throat is so deep, we had to actually climb inside of it. And it's the funniest thing, because it looks like, I'm like, oh my God, Dinosaur ate my painters, The
But they have a little headlamp and they're working on it.
Yeah, they're in there. So we're trying to simplify the process a little bit so they can paint some of the stuff and put them in after the fact. Yeah.
What a dream to see that. This creature, an iconic character from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it one of the biggest pieces, characters?
Definitely the biggest we've done for ECC. Yeah. And yeah, it's super exciting. We're getting so many great responses from people, and we're selling a lot of them already. It's already available for sale, so people are already ordering it. This is something a lot of people know. The original sculptor of the head is an artist named Mike Tersick. And on the top of the head here, there is like an M. If you stand just at the right angle and look straight up, there is actually right here the letter M for his initial.
In the scale.
In the scale, yeah. It's a little hidden Easter
No
egg.
hidden SW here, though.
No.
Okay.
No. I was not responsible for the original. The original artist did a fantastic job, so yeah.
Upper palette. That's
upper palette, yeah. Well, you can't see it. Yeah.
That's incredible. I noticed you have some other creatures and characters here. Can we take a look at one of those from
absolutely.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Steve, this is of course the library ghost from Ghostbusters, but its newest appearance, is that right?
Yes, this is a piece done for us by the artist Arjen Tujin. He's an Academy Award nominated makeup artist, an incredible talent. And for the last 2 Ghostbusters films, he was responsible for creating all the creatures for it, including
Pterodogs,
Pterodog, yeah. So,
Slimer,
yeah. So all the recreations. So this is a recreation of the librarian from the original Ghostbusters, but it's a new version for the new Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire.
And he made a puppet.
Yeah, he did a full puppet. He did I think there was 2 versions. There was one like a regular face, and this is the extreme reveal face. So this is a scan of the sculpture that Arjen had done, and we scaled it down to our new 2/3 scale elite scale that we're trying out. So this is a partnership between us and Arjen, and also with the Ghostbusters license. So it's officially licensed.
And this has the translucency because the puppet would have had that.
Yeah, exactly.
In the finish.
Yeah, it's a translucent resin. The eyes are actually 3D printed eyes as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the teeth, you can see, it's all very translucent. It's got a nice little flowy costume and then the crazy hairstyle. Yeah.
I love the wiring of this, and the hair as well. Is the hair you want them to the collector to style it?
Well, actually, we're gonna pre-style it all.
Oh,
for them.
pre-style it.
Yeah, because I don't know that the collectors are gonna know how to style hair.
It's one of those things. Anytime you do real hair, it's like collectors. How do I get this to look
tricky,
right?
Yeah, it's so tricky. So we just try to do it all for them. When it comes out, it's ready for display. Maybe they can tweak a couple little things like this, but otherwise, yeah.
And they have to worry about packaging. Getting it to hold that while shipping it.
Yeah, well, we make custom styrofoam shells for these, so it'll rest in there perfectly. So it's nicely supported. But we're very excited about this piece. This is one of a few more new pieces we're doing with them from the Ghostbusters license. Yeah, and so this is a really beautiful piece.
Do you just kind of have direct touch with other artists who are working or doing practical puppets and thinking in your mind, okay, this would be something that maybe collectors would want, and then getting the license, and that's a continuous part of what ECC does? Yeah,
we do a lot of that kind of stuff. This one was interesting because this one actually Arjen had approached us because the studio wanted us to do one and collaborate with them. So actually they approached us on this. And then when we saw the new film, we're like, yeah, we would love to do it. We're always been a huge fan of Ghostbusters. Yeah. So this is our first one, and excited to do more for sure.
And this is like the T-Rex trying to recreate as much of an original practical puppet or effect as possible. Yeah. You guys also do interpretations with your full like quarter scale or larger scale figures. Yeah. Tell me about some of those.
Yeah, so for like, you know, these ones here, what made these special is that the original artists that actually made them for the film are making the actual pieces. And then for some of the other licensed ones, like the Hellboy stuff, you know, I worked on the original Hellboy, did the Abe Sapien makeup. So when it came time to license these characters, I was able to bring in like different artists that I could work with. Like my digital sculptor, Moni Kazemiya, who's an amazing sculptor. She came in and sculpted the maquettes for us from Hellboy and Abe Sapien, and also the maquette. So having all the references that I had, it was really easy to work my artists and get it just right. Because I know for this kind of stuff, the fans are really picky about accuracy and stuff. So I made sure that when we did Abe, we did it just right, and Hellboy too. So.
And not just picky about accuracy, but picky about how much detail, because for a film production, they might not be putting that much detail if they're only using it for a couple seconds, or they know they're shooting it from a certain angle, but the collector needs to view it 360.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. The detail is important to us. And also, too, one thing we try to capture is the pose. You know, because what's important about a maquette is that it's not just standing there kind of like this. We try to take a moment in the film and capture the essence of that character. Yeah. So Doug Jones was here yesterday. You know, we showed him the Abe maquette, and he looked at it, and Doug was like, "That's me. That's totally me. Like the stance and everything." So we try to make sure we capture the person, the character inside.
Amazing. Yeah. Is this the full lineup of new ECC products for this year?
Yeah. This one's new for Comic-Con. All the rest at the booth we've debuted at Monsterpalooza, but it's the first time here at Comic-Con, so a lot of people are seeing it for the first time.
Awesome. Me as well, and great to see you here, Steve. Yeah. Great to catch up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching that video. We have some brand new merch available at the store. A dog's age ago, I mean like 2018, 2019, this wonderful graphic designer named Brian Otterer reached out to us and sent us some stickers. He has a design firm called Dash 3 Dots, and we loved his stickers so much we wanted to sell them on the merch store. Well, he updated them with our new logo, and we've got Adam in the Martian spacesuit sticker. We've got Adam in the shuttle suit sticker. We've got Adam in the Apollo suit sticker. And my personal favorite, Adam in the alien spacesuit sticker. Get yours now, tested-store.com. Hey!